What
Yeah.
kind of hopes do you have for 2022?
Well, I guess the hope that's in everybody's mind right now is the end of this COVID virus and pandemic that's going on. I think that's what we are all hoping for. But in addition to this, I hope, especially for for the church and for people of God, that we don't get bound down by this pandemic. That whether it ends soon or not, that we still move forward, trusting God that whether or not this pandemic is here, that we will still see God move in our lives and in the lives of our families and our friends and our neighbors.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's kind of what you'll be talking about on Sunday then in your sermon.
Yeah, on Sunday, our theme for this coming year is to learn from our past and to embrace the future. And because the way that I see it, there is so many things that has happened this year that has caused us as a church to rethink a lot of the things that we do and how we do things. And I think going forward, we have to maybe implement a lot of things that we have learned from the past and find new ways to minister, new ways to reach people. I think we thought we'd always be in church and we didn't have to worry about lockdowns and things like this. But now we realize that we're living in a totally different and new reality. And so as a church, we got to learn how to maneuver all of this and make the necessary changes so that whether we are in a building or out of a building, we can still be the hands and feet of God.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as a church, obviously that's something tough to do because you've got a whole lot of people, to try to look forward into the future with and figure out all of these things.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for other Christians who are kind of thinking the same things as you are for this next year?
Well, I think first of all, we've got to be open-minded, and understand that the way we did things in the past may not necessarily be the way we do things in the future. And so we have to look at the changes that are happening around us and to embrace those changes and understand that we have to change along with where our society is going. If we are unable to do so, then we will not be able to continue, moving our churches and our congregations along, because the world is changing, whether we like it or not. And so as things change, we have to embrace the changes that are happening around us. At the same time, we have to be able to bring our congregations and our church along with us and see where things are going and how we are best able to adapt to these changes that are happening around us.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other advice for people who are looking into the new year?
Well, I mean, I would say that we first of all we have to do what is necessary to keep ourselves, our families, our fellow men safe. I think that is one of the most important things that we have to be concerned about. We are in uncharted territory as it is right now, and so the first thing we need to do is to find ways to keep ourselves safe. And whether that is whether we are in person at church or wherever, that we put the right protocols in place in order that we keep each other safe. That's the first thing. And secondly, that we understand that ministry, and we've talked about it a lot, is actually beyond the four walls of our church. And now we have got to learn to do ministry in a different way beyond those walls. That we have to embrace the fact that now a lot of what we do is on YouTube and Facebook and on social media, and we have to embrace that is happening. So I mean, I would advise our ministers and our churches to understand that is the reality of where the world is going, And the sooner we understand and appreciate it, the better it is for us. And also that, we also have to learn to be a little more tolerant of each other. We don't always see things the same way. We don't see things eye to eye. We all have different views as to how we do ministry, but at the same time, we have to try to understand each other and be tolerant of each other as we all try to, maneuver this maze that is out there before us right now.